Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Well, we got top 25. We got all kinds of tournament action. We got upsets, and we got David Osborn, Trinity Trolls. Buckle up. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Cascade Hoops Talk, produced in the shadow of the beautiful Cascade Mountains and bringing the world NAIA basketball. One podcast at a time. Well, we always start with number one in the nation, Grace College. They're still over there sunbathing. They played Nelson, Arizona. Actually, a very good team. And they, boy, it was a good game. It's the closest game Grace has had all year. They end up winning 74-72. Gage Sefton, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Ian Rosh, 13 points, 5 rebounds. You need a close game every so often to kind of fine-tune the motor. But they go to 13-0, and now they're gonna head back, and I'm not sure when they're coming back, to be completely honest. Maybe they're just gonna leave them over there, and they're gonna play Michigan Dearborn at any rate on December 31st. I know it's at a neutral site, but I'm sure somebody will correct me on that. But that's their next game, Michigan Dearborn. Bethel Pilots, they played Governor State. They won yesterday, 95-73. Luke McBride, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Austin Kripe, 20 points, 3 rebounds. The Pilots now are 11-1, and they're going to be at Cornerstone. I know where they're going. They're going to Grand Rapids. They're going to be at Cornerstone on December 29th. Oh, Arizona Christian, big game of the night. Huntington Foresters. New coach, Jared Yock, 15 games into the season, knocks off the number 4 team in the country on the road, 72-61. Landon Beagle, 25 points. Miles Good, 17 points. And Caden Johnson had a monster night, 15 points, 15 rebounds, double-double. The Arizona Wildcats, the Arizona Firestorm goes to 11-4. So I'm going to take a second with this. It shows, they've lost 3 out of 4. But look who they've lost to. Benedictine Mesa, who is just beating everybody right now. Indiana Wesleyan, there's no shame in that. And Huntington, which is really coming on strong. So everybody in the country is going to fall this year. And yeah, even Grace will fall this year. The universe does not like an unbeaten team. But huge win for Huntington, nevertheless. We were able to get with Jared Yock right after the game. I already have a interview on this show, so I put that directly right up on Twitter last night. You can find it there. If you can't find it there, go to YouTube under the shorts. It's the last short on there. That one's not quite the whole entire thing, but I cut out a lot of my gabbing. So it's up there on YouTube, and it's on the X account as well. Number 14 in the country, Friends. They beat Heston College 91-69. Colin Macklin, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Khalees Lee, 13 points, 11 rebounds for the double-double. So they go to 10-2, and they're going to play Hastings. They're at Hastings. They have to go to Nebraska on December 31st. Happy New Year. Ave Maria. They hosted Spring Arbor yesterday night, and they ended up winning that game 96-82. They go to 13-1. Ave Maria is 13-1. Michael Klekas, 23 points, 5 rebounds. He is having an amazing senior year. Marlon Bennett, 20 points. So as I said, they're 13-1, and they will be at Florida Memorial on January 3rd. So they get a little bit of a break now. Kaiser, they're number 11 in the country right now. They beat Olivet Nazarene. They had a couple of pretty good home games. They beat Morningside, turned right around the next day, beat Olivet Nazarene. Today they won 79-63. Cameron James, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Another double-double for him. Nadir Myers, 19 points, 3 rebounds. Kaiser goes to 10-1. They're gonna host Florida College on December 30th. Carroll College, yesterday they fell to Benedictine Mesa. Tonight they redeemed themselves. They went to Embry-Riddle and they won there. Actually, that was on a neutral court, but they're still out in Arizona. They won that game 84 to 70. Is Isaac Round. He's the man from England. 18 points, 2 rebounds. And then the freshman Drew Jones, 18 points, 4 rebounds for the Saints. So many good freshmen in the NAIA this year. So Carroll will play Arizona Christian tomorrow. That's going to be a battle too. Oh boy. LSU Shreveport, they beat Southwest. Amarian McDonald, 31 points, 4 rebounds. And Kai Wallace, 23 points, 12 rebounds for the double-double. Shreveport, they go to 8-3, and they're going to host UNT Dallas on Saturday. That's actually a league game right there. So let's look at that. Red River Conference, just a couple games we want to mention. North American, they got a good win tonight because they're trying to stay in that middle of the pack and move up. Xavier got past Our Lady of the Lake, who's been really hot here lately. Texas A&M Texarkana was able to knock off UNT Dallas to stay in that middle of the pack and keep moving up. I'll show you what I mean in the standings. So here's the standings. Shreveport 6-0, Texas A&M Texarkana's 5-1. So they kept pace with Shreveport, I should have said. And then you can see the rest of them there. Our Lady of the Lake is doing well. So here's the key games coming up on Saturday. Saturday. These are Saturday. And these are league games. Xavier's going to host Texas A&M San Antonio. Xavier's been playing really well. Shreveport, I know they got a much better record than UNT Dallas, but I'll just tell you the honest truth. I think that's a trap game. And Our Lady of the Lake is going to go to North American. Our Lady of the Lake needs to win that game to stay right there at the top of the league. We have David Osborn is the head men's basketball coach, Trinity Trolls, the best mascot in the country. But about November 5th, I think it was November 5th, the announcement came out that Trinity was going to close at the end of the year. So I think they just finished up their first basketball game, and David Osborn, he's just started his second season there, and he's told, we're closing the school. This is your last season. So now he has to go in and tell all the guys. And then all the guys got to play through the season knowing this is the last year the school's open. So I wanted to talk to him and find out, what is the emotions of that, how you hold the team together, etc. David, as you know, was at Indiana Wesleyan for a number of years. He's an amazing guy. I really like him. Let's just take a listen to David Osborn, Trinity Trolls. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. I got David Osborn. He's the head men's basketball coach, Trinity Trolls. Thank you, Coach, for being on.
Hey, my pleasure. Always good to connect with you, Billy D.
So, Coach, you and I talked the other day, texted back and forth the other day, and we were talking about how your guys are holding together real well after the announcement in November with the school closing. I have a couple specific questions I want to ask you, but just in general, how do you think the team is holding up right now? You're about 12 games into the season, something like that.
Yeah, we just wrapped up our 11th game yesterday.
Yeah.
I think they've been a resilient group. I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of got to be where your feet are and be present in the moment. And nothing's changing what's happened, right? We can't go undo that, and we can't change the announcement that got made. And now we got to make the most of the situation that we've got at hand. And so I think our guys have kind of leaned on each other, knowing that, hey, they're not in this alone. There's, a roster full of guys that are going to be going through the same things they're going through at the end of the year. And, we try to let them know too, hey, that our staff is going to be there for you and support you in that way. And so, from a togetherness sense, and certainly I'm out here in sunny Arizona right now, like experiences like that we still get the chance to do. And you get the chance to play a season together. Like, these dudes have really enjoyed it, and they've stayed together, and they've certainly been fun to be around.
So when you not to dwell on negative, but I'm curious, when you got the announcement, you found out first, and then you had to go and talk to the team. just talk about that, having to do that and how that went.
Yeah, well, I would say like that day, right? And when the guys get that announcement, everybody takes it a little bit differently. And,
Mm-hmm.
your heart goes out to all of them because we had, juniors who had been there their whole time that were like, man, this is where I'm going to graduate from. And now all of a sudden, they're about to go into their senior year next year, and that's not even an option. Then you have, freshmen or transfers that were like, hey, this is going to be my home, and this is going to be the place that I finally worked through the whole recruiting process. And then now we're just getting settled. We're one game in, and now I've got to realize that it's totally going to be a different finish to my college career, and I'm going to have to redo some of these processes. And so your heart just went out to the guys because, it's a lot different than what they were planning on. But, in terms of messaging and what we are trying to say and what we want to continue to communicate to our guys, we talk about this word climb, constantly live inside my best. And so as we're approaching the season, what I told them was, hey, nothing should change. If all of a sudden now our scouting reports are better or we play harder or, our approach to the season drastically changes, then, man, that says that we weren't doing a very good job of giving our best before the announcement got made. And so that was part of our messaging to our guys is like, hey, we need to continue to learn and to grow and give our best and be detailed and stay together. And so from that perspective, we wanted them to know that like this shouldn't change a lot from our day to day and how we approach things. Now, certainly there's an element of, hey, this is the last time we're getting to do something. And, that was the other thing we told them of, hey, very, very rarely in your life do you get the opportunity to know that you're writing the final chapter to something.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted them to kind of embrace that of like, hey, this is our last go through with this place and with this school. And so let's, again, give our very best and maybe try to do something that's never been done here at Trinity. But if you looked at what we were trying to do when the season started, we're trying to go have the best year we could possibly have and, change the culture and change how Trinity goes about doing things. And so for us now, it's just a matter of like, hey, there isn't another do-over for this. This is the last time. And so let's continue to be who we wanted to be, but then let's enjoy getting to write the final chapter to all this.
Coach, if you look at you're in your second season there. If you look at the program, it's always, not always, it was struggling. I'm being kind of gracious, to be honest with you. But now you've got this group, you've got this monkey on your back, maybe not the right term, but you're playing basically 500 basketball. You lost to Benedictine Mesa yesterday, but everybody's losing to them. That was one of the reasons that I first reached out to you. I'm so impressed that you're able to hold this group together and achieve 500 with all this going on. You've got to be doing something right, or you have some very, very high character guys. Talk about your guys and their character.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give some credit to our staff too. I got 2 young assistants that are hungry and building relationships and about the right stuff, and so they've been a big part of this. And they're sacrificing a lot for what we're trying to do, and they're learning and growing. And then we again give some credit to our guys. They're hungry and willing to grow and taking some ownership for stuff they need to take ownership for. And so from that perspective, like it's about the relationships. It's about investing with one another. It's about being able to be coached and being able to coach and ultimately, like you want to get the most out of your group and you want them to achieve and maximize their potential and their gifts and abilities. And, for me as a coach, like awesome that we're 5-6, but like, that's not good enough, and for us, as we look back at some of these games and, there's just been a lot of ways where we haven't been consistent enough and we haven't done some of the things that we needed to do. And some of that, I got to be better as a coach and put them in better spots and, got to demand more from them. And then we just got to find ways to learn and grow from it, right? Like you play a good Mesa team and, we've tried to schedule some teams that are, going to be national tournament teams. And, we got to find ways to win those games and put ourselves in better spots coming down the stretch. But ultimately you're trying to prepare yourself to make a run in conference and win games there. And, even a game like yesterday with Mesa, we need to learn and grow from that. And, utilize all of these things so that when we get to January 3rd and we kick up second round of CCAC play, we're ready to go.
3 guys that I really, you and I talked before we started, but you got 3 seniors. They're all 3 average in double digits for you. They appear to be just playing their heart out. And this is kind of the last go round. They know this is it. Garrett Green, Brandon Adorno, and Tylan Harris.
Tylan Harris, yep.
Yeah. Talk about those guys, what they mean to your program and how important they are for you this year and how this is affecting them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want the senior year of guys' time playing basketball to be their best year of playing hoops, and each one of them is a little bit different and a little bit unique, but they've been a fun blend of seniors to have, right? Like Tylan and Brandon are both kind of these PG guys, but they play together and play well together, and man, they want to be great. They want to, and very coachable. And then you got G, who's kind of this pick and pop presence and just a massive dude. And Garrett battled some injury early, so we didn't even get him until the second or 2 days, I think, before our first game. Wow. Getting him acclimated and figuring it out a little bit more. But man, in terms of just seniors, right? They're guys that you love being around, and they love watching film, and they love growing, and they've got relationships with guys on the team. And so, man, they've been a lot of fun. And, for us, like everybody else is going to get another chance to play another year. And this is these guys last year. So we owe them a lot, just to send them out the right way. But they're also going about their business. They want to do something here that maybe hasn't been done, or to the level that it hasn't been done in the past. So I love those dudes.
So Coach, I can't help it. I got to peek ahead a little bit. I'm not a coach, so I can do that. You're playing Park Gilbert tomorrow. You're going to kind of wrap up your time in Mesa there. And then St. Mary of the Woods, they're a handful. And then St. Ambrose, you jump back into CCAC play. Just talk about, where the team's at and get them through this. You're going into a little bit of a tough stretch.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we got a little bit exposed offensively, didn't play with some of the pace that we need, chucked up a few too many threes, and just didn't battle quite the way we needed to, and then didn't execute defensively in some pivotal moments. But you turn the page pretty quick, and play a Park Gilbert team that just played IWU really tight, and they play another game today, and we'll have to get back in transition. They got a couple of guards that can really stuff up the stat sheet, and so we'll have to defend them and then give our guys a little bit of break for Christmas and let them go get recharged, and us, watch some tape and make sure that we're putting our guys in the best spot. And like you said, St. Mary's team that'll be well coached and ready to play, and then turn the corner and start with St. Ambrose. So plenty of ball left to be played, and man, got to keep our guys together, got to put them in the right spots, and we just got to be more consistent overall. And again, teams that win, man, they're consistent, and not a lot of secret sauce in that.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes, come on, and I think the whole NAIA should be proud of what you and those guys are doing. You should pass that on to them. A lot of people are watching the team, impressed that you're able to hold together. You're at 500, and curious how you can do once that CCAC really gets going. So I'm hoping to get you back on a little later in the season. We get a little deeper in.
Yeah, I'd love to join you, Billy D. Appreciate all you do for coaches, for players, for the NAIA. It's a joy to get to talk to you. Love to do it anytime.
Well, I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. That's David Osborn. He's the head men's basketball coach, the Trinity Trolls. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot to David Osborn and to Trinity. Appreciate him giving us that time, being so open about what's happening with the program. Just so you know, they played Park Gilbert yesterday. They fell in that game 73-62, but they're still close to 5. I think they're 5-7 right now, but they're playing basically 500 ball. They're going to go back and they're going to start CCAC play. And you heard him say that those seniors want to do something that hasn't been done there for a while. But anyway, thank you again to David Osborn. Well, that's what I have. And remember, here's the schedule. So this is my last show until after the Christmas break. So we'll be back after the Christmas break. There is some action this weekend. We'll catch that up on the Substack. Substack at just go to Google Substack Cascade Hoops Talk, and it'll come right up. You can find it really easy, and don't have to worry about signing in the email or anything. Just bypass all that. Everything's just on there open, and we'll catch that up, and you can follow that. Follow action on there. Hey, thanks a lot. This is Billy D, and enjoy your weekend. Get out and watch some basketball, but don't forget to enjoy your family. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.